Have you ever asked yourself why you give so much, yet life still feels stuck? Why you pour your heart, your time, your energy into everything and everyone, but your own dreams stay waiting in the corner? Have you ever wondered why some women rise, grow and bloom into everything they imagine, while others just as capable, just as strong remain exhausted, unseen, and unfulfilled? If you have ever felt this way, pause, breathe, and listen carefully, because this story is not just a story. It may gently shake something awake inside you. In a quiet village wrapped in golden fields and tall whispering trees, there lived a woman named Aisha. Aisha was known by everyone, not because she was wealthy, not because she was powerful, but because she was kind. She was the woman who helped without being asked, the woman who stayed late when others left early, the woman who listened when others spoke only of themselves. Aisha worked the land her mother had left her. From the outside, she looked dedicated, but inside she was restless. She dreamed of becoming the most successful farmer in the village, not for pride, but for freedom, for security, for the quiet joy of knowing she could stand on her own. Every season, she made plans, big plans, hopeful plans. Some days, she worked with fire in her chest, from sunrise to sunset. Other days, she was drained, emotionally tired, pulled away by neighbors who needed favors, relatives who needed help, people who leaned on her kindness until her back ached. And on those days, her fields waited. When harvest season arrived, her crops were never terrible, but never excellent either, just average. At night, Aisha would sit alone, staring at the stars, whispering the same painful thought. Why do I try so hard and still stay behind? Her heart carried quiet disappointment. Not loud, not dramatic, just heavy. In the same village lived an elderly woman named Khadija. Her back was slightly bent with age, but her eyes were sharp with wisdom. Her fields were always green, her animals healthy, her presence calm. People respected her, not because she demanded it, but because she radiated balance. One afternoon, exhausted and frustrated, Aisha finally gathered the courage to visit her. "Ami Khadija," she said softly, "please tell me the truth. Why does your land flourish while mine struggles? I work hard too. I care deeply. But I feel like I'm always starting over." Khadija studied her face for a long moment, not judging, just seeing. Then she smiled gently. "Come tomorrow morning," she said, "before the sun rises. I want to show you something." The next morning, while the world still slept, Aisha walked to Khadija's farm. The air was cool, quiet, still. Khadija handed her a small wooden stool and pointed toward an old stone well. "Sit," she said, "and watch." Aisha frowned, confused but obeyed. She watched a single drop of water fall from the well. Drip, pause, drip. It landed on the same spot of a hard stone. At first, it felt pointless, almost foolish. Minutes passed. Then more. Aisha's mind wandered. This is a waste of time, she thought. I have fields waiting, work to do, people depending on me. Then suddenly, she noticed it. A tiny hollow in the stone, barely visible, but real. Khadija spoke softly, her voice steady. Do you see that, daughter? Aisha nodded, her throat tight. That stone was not broken by force, Khadija said. Not by strength, not by speed. She paused. It was shaped by consistency. Aisha felt something crack open inside her. Khadija continued. Many women are like storms. Powerful, emotional, giving everything at once. Then exhausted. Then empty. Her eyes met Aisha's. But life is not changed by bursts of effort. It is changed by quiet devotion, daily commitment. Even when no one is watching, even when no one claps, Aisha's chest tightened. She thought of all the times she had overgiven, overextended, over-sacrificed, helping others before helping herself, waiting for motivation, waiting for the right time. Khadija added gently, and one more thing. Kindness without boundaries drains the soul. Consistency must include caring for yourself. Silence. Deep, heavy, healing. That morning, Aisha made a promise. Not to the world, but to herself. She would show up every day, even when tired, even when unmotivated, even when no one noticed. She would work her land before solving everyone else's problems. She would honor her energy. She would stop waiting for inspiration and start honoring discipline. The first weeks were hard. Nothing changed. Her mind whispered doubts. This isn't working. You're wasting your time. You should do more. Faster. But she remembered the stone. So she stayed. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Her fields slowly grew greener. Her steps lighter. Her heart steadier. And something else changed too. She started saying no. Not with anger, but with peace. She stopped explaining herself. Stopped apologizing for protecting her time. And the more consistent she became, the stronger she felt. 3 years later, Aisha's farm was the most fruitful in the village. People traveled from far places to buy her harvest. Women whispered her name with admiration. One evening, a young woman approached her and asked, "What is your secret? Special seeds? Hidden knowledge?" Aisha smiled softly. "There is no magic," she said. "No shortcut." She looked toward her fields. "I learned that motivation fades. Emotions rise and fall. But consistency, when paired with self-respect, changes everything." She paused, her voice firm. Never stop showing up for yourself. Even in small ways. Especially in small ways. So, dear woman listening to this, if you feel tired, if you feel overlooked, if you feel like your kindness has been taken for granted, remember the drop of water. Remember the stone. You don't need to rush. You don't need to burn yourself out. You don't need permission. Just begin. Stay steady. Protect your energy. Your life will change, not overnight, but forever. Start today. One small step. One quiet promise to yourself. And one day, Without realizing it, you will look back and see how far you've come.